Basically, the stamp set's just a build a dream catcher. So I think that's really, really cool. I love dream catchers. I have one hanging over my bed. And I really just think that dream catchers, I kind of had that romantic-y type feel. You know, oh, hello, Jasper. Clearly you want some attention. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Being distracted here. Yes, so basically you can build your own dream catcher. You've got the big hoop on the outside, and you got like the insides here. Basically you sort of stamp them together. You can either stamp this one and then that one sort of on top of it, or you can stamp this one, rotate it slightly, and stamp it again. Sort of looks more like this die here. And then you've got like the feathers that usually hang from it. So there's 3 different and it's sort of like, again, the build a feather. So you start with the solid and then add these for texture on top of it. And there's a few different options of what you want to do, depending on what type of feather or creation you're making. And then plus, not only that, like normally the feathers are hanging and there's like this string in between and it's got beads on it hanging from the dream catcher. So that's what all of this is up here. Like you've got the string here. You can either use the pre-assembled one in the one color to hang off of that, or you've got all these options of single beads to do in multiple ink colors. So I think that's, I'm just in love with that idea. Also, these 2 little beads here I think would be perfect. Some dream catchers actually have beads woven into like the weaving of the dream catcher. So you can really take these, especially the small one, and just sort of stamp it randomly on your dream catcher for that extra little bit of feel. So aside from that, it has some beautiful sentiments. You got dream big, dream on, believe, never stop dreaming, live the dream, if you can dream it, you can do it, and chasing your dreams. I kind of like this dream on one as in more the cynical dream on. So, you know, that beautiful convertible car in the Paper Smooches stamp set. Well, you know, have that sitting there all nice and shiny or whatever, and then have the stamp set as in dream on, you know, for your birthday card, especially, you know, teenage one, like, yeah, keep dreaming, sort of thing. I think that's pretty kind of clever and funny and all that sort of thing. And the dies. Now, I got the matching dies because I saw so many amazing card samples that didn't even coordinate with the stamp set. Like these were just used as a standalone die. And they used beautiful papers, stamped them out, and made these gorgeous, gorgeous cards with these dies. So I'm thinking, you know, well, you know, I kind of want to do, you know, even a gold one and have this beautiful watercolored background sitting behind it and all that sort of thing, or, you know, have the beautiful teal colored feathers hanging from it with the browns and all that sort of stuff. I think that'd be really, really pretty, and you've got your beautiful little beads. So I just saw so many amazing cards done up with this that I had to get the die as well. So I like that I can use the die separate from the stamps as well. So I think that's great. This one actually might be pretty hard to die. Like you'd really have to line up exactly in the middle so that when you use this die cut, you might as well actually do the die first and stamp on it to make sure it's right. Yeah, so that's that one. Okay, so continuing on with like the whole Native American theme here, I also got a couple from Alleyway stamps, and I really like these ones. They're from a very new release. This one's called Wigwam, excuse me, and this one's called Buff. I really love that big buffalo. He's really quite cute. And it's sort of like a coordinating set. They often do like a big set, and then the freebie one sort of goes with that release. So anyway, I've got these ones as well. I just saw the most stunning TPs done with this stamp set. Like, I'm thinking gold, you know, heat embossing, and then watercoloring in all the little sections, and I really like muted pinks and beautiful colors like that. And you've got these little extra images that you can sort of stamp in those 2 little holes there. I just thought it was really, really nice. And then this guy here, I guess his name, we'll call him Buff, because that's what the stamp name is called. You know, sort of him in the background. And I saw plenty of stamps with him just in a grassy field and all that sort of things. I think I just haven't seen a buffalo stamp before, and I just had to own one. That's all there was to it. Plus it was a mini stamp set, so it wasn't very expensive. The sentiments in this one have never stop dreaming, your teepee or mine, which is quite cheeky. Our new wigwam. So you can also use these like stamps here sort of as, you know, to make it look like in a speech bubble and use these instead rather than words. I think that would be kind of cool. And you've got like the little cow skull and then also this Dreamcatcher, which is already pre-built and all stamped in there, which I think would be really pretty as tone on tone onto craft cardstock, just with you know, your the VersaFine ink, so it's just color on color sort of thing. Hello, Jasper. You're creating shadows, buddy. Sorry, everybody. I've been in here too long. He's annoyed with me. But yes. So just tone on tone in the background, and then have sort of this sort of popped up on the craft cardstock, I think would be really pretty. Yeah. And then you could use the your teepee or mine sort of thing, because, you know, night catchers are a nighttime thing, so I think that would be quite cheeky and cute at the same time. Or you could use a skull as a tone-on-tone background. I just think they're really cool. And I love, you know, stamp sets are different from anything else I've seen out there. Speaking of which, I got one from Alt New, and the first time I saw this, I just passed right past it, until I saw some beautiful examples of, you know, how this is meant to be used, as in like a build a moon stamp set. Got build a Dreamcatcher now, I got build a moon. And what I love about it is basically the idea, and look, it was out of stock, but what I really want to get is that glow-in-the-dark embossing powder to stamp with this, and then how cool would that be to have the glow-in-the-dark embossing powder and use that to stamp a moon. I think that would be amazing. Of course it was out of stock, but I will get it eventually. In the meantime, I think a pearlescent embossing powder, I've got, sorry, this one here, which I think will be perfect. It's a silver pearl embossing powder, and I think that will be really amazing to stamp these with, and then do like, you know, distressed, you know, sky, night scene sky in the background. I think that would be really, really pretty. And you got 3 choices of moon, so there's a solid one, and then the 2 different, you know, moon faces. This one's got a lot more, you know, ink to it, and that one's a bit more sparse, I suppose, more clear space. And it has beautiful, beautiful sentiments as well. I travel to the, and then for you, moon. So you got just another moon, like, so there's 3 different moons that you can use, whichever one, however you want to make your sentiments. And you got shoot for the, you know, as in shoot for the moon, I'm over the moon, with you in my life as well. And then you've got up here, you are out of this world, I love you to the moon, and, or I'm assuming, I love you too, and then it got and back. No wait, I said that wrong. I love you to the, and then you got and back, so like I love you to the moon and back sort of thing. And this stamp set is called To the Moon, and yeah, I just really, really thought with that, you know, silver embossing powder, or that pearlescent side of embossing powder, would look really, really stunning, and do the whole resist technique, and then ink up your backgrounds and really create a beautiful night sky. And then you could have, you know, you could put a critter on it, that sort of thing. The other side of things would be like have the moon, not the full moon, but have it sort of coming over the horizon, sort of like, you know, you have your, well, your horizon, and then you sort of mask off that, and then stamp the solid one, or even these two sort of in behind it, so it's like coming up, and then you could have the cow jumping over the moon and all that sort of stuff. So I think that would be lots and lots of fun. Yes, and then another one I got, and now this one is a new, I know I've got like a 6x6 rubber stamp set in my last haul from My Favorite Things, but this is my first like clear stamp set, and I am in love. How cool is this? I just love these farmyard animals. It's called The Whole World. No, The Whole Herd. The Whole World. It's called The Whole Herd. Okay, and it's got, I love the, you know, the farm animals in this one. I specifically love the goat. Like, how cool it would be. Now I can do, you know, Billy Goat's gruff. I've got these cool monster this cool monster. So, you know, these monsters can be sitting underneath the bridge, and I can do the whole Billy Goat's Gruff, you know, fairy tale now. So I think that's really cool. And, you know, just, you never see a goat stamp. I just have to say that. And this is a really cute horse one too. Like, often their horse ones don't really come out all that perfect. But anyway, this one was really cute. And I love the little pudgy pig and the chicken and the really fat cow and little tiny chick there. Plus they've got so many great accessory stamps. Like, you've got your, like, water barrel, or like tub, not a barrel. And then you got your, like, feeder sort of thing. But you've also got big hay above it. So you can have that stacked up and the animals eating from it. You've got the little egg nest sort of thing. And you got the really coolest sentiments, like, let's party till the cows come home. Awesome. Hogs and kisses. Hey there, from my barn to yours. Squeal.